Hello, this is Spike Robinson, and today I'll be discussing the top 11 myths used to justify abusive groups. I'll be basing this on the blog post of the same title, available through the link in the description below. Now, a lot of the time, otherwise well-meaning people will look at a group and say, that's not a cult because, and even if the group isn't a cult, the reason that they're coming to that conclusion is not necessarily always the right one. There are top 11 ones that I feel people use to justify whether or not a group is an abusive group that really don't work. And here they are. Number 1, they're such nice people. Sorry, but yeah, that's the real thing about cults, is nice people get into them. I'm a nice person. Every single ex-Jehovah's Witness and even current Jehovah's Witness that I have ever met is a nice person. The horrible thing about an abusive group is that it will take nice, altruistic, empathetic people and drag them in to save the world. Who else but a nice person is going to want to save the world and do the best for everybody? So, of course, a cult is going to be full of nice people. Number 2, a lot of their members are very intelligent. Well, once again, there are actually cults that recruit exclusively from Mensa. Those who know about the Shinrikyo cult, the ones that did the horrible sarin gas bombing in the Tokyo subway, they were very, very intelligent. They had heart doctors, they had physicists, they had computer programmers, Heaven's Gate, ditto. Scientologists, lots and lots of intelligent, oh yes, and nice, going back to the other point, nice Scientologists. Number 3, they don't have a leader. Well, they might not have a named leader, or they might even say, Jesus Christ is our leader, or Buddha, or they have somebody who is in charge doing the day-to-day management, and you can better believe that that person is doing something to be there in control. That said, sometimes it's not just one charismatic leader, although having a charismatic leader helps. It's not a be-all and end-all. There are many abusive groups that you will never know who's in charge because they're hidden by layers of management, or conversely, the locus of control is spread out among many different people, say a committee of, half a dozen plus men living in Brooklyn or Warwick now. So, number 4, a lot of what they teach makes sense. Well, of course, because, Scientology's communication courses are famous for Jerry Seinfeld saying that they contributed to his being able to communicate. And I've heard that a lot of the good breathing exercises and, yeah, but here's the thing. Usually, these good ideas you can find just about anywhere in the self-help section of your local bookstore or public library. And, yeah, well, of course, Scientology puts out this lovely little pamphlet. It's called The Way to Happiness. And it's got all these wonderful, no-nonsense things like, be good to people, don't murder, don't steal. Well, of course, but the thing is, you don't have to go to an abusive high-control group to get that good stuff. Then number 5, they do good things. Yeah, I know of a very bad pyramid scam group, and I'm not going to say who they are, that their cleaning products are actually pretty darn good. But I wouldn't want to be one of their people that sell. No. And also, there are many good charity drives, though not too many, done by actual bona fide high control groups. And a lot of so-called good charity drives that are actually operated as photo opportunities and marketed to the rank and file as, we're doing this wonderful thing, but really what they're doing is passing out brochures and trying to preach to people and maybe even doing bizarre touch therapy in Scientology. Number 6, they don't mention religion. Yeah, well, Scientology, it's a self-help group. There are pyramid schemes that don't mention religion, and there are pyramid schemes that you don't know till you get up to the upper levels that they're a religion. But, okay, divine threat and the promise of an afterlife, then, and, you know, the being able to say, my stuff comes directly from God, Jehovah, the creator of the universe, that's useful, but it's not necessary. There are abusive dojos. There are abusive bookstores, book groups, therapy cults. You don't have to be a religion to be a high control group. Our friend Alex Stain came out of the a political group that operated in the United States and then imploded quite famously. Here's another reason that's a little bit the converse of the last one, number 7. They can't be a cult. They follow Jesus and the Bible. Jonestown. Christian cult. Yeah, a leadership can use Jesus and get right there. Some people claim to be Jesus, and some people just claim to speak for Jesus. Either way, scripture can be twisted, and now that's another conversation. Number 8, they're not shut away in a compound. They live in our neighborhood. They have regular jobs. Yes, a lot of high control groups do. That's how they keep running. If they didn't have somebody making an income, they wouldn't be able to keep their organization. So you're going to find that there's a strata of inner members, and then there's people who go in and out, and then there's a whole bunch of people that are, you know, just regular Joes who do pay all their money to this group, but whose lives are pretty much regular, except that all their money, time, and energy goes to an abusive group. Number 9, they've been around for ages. Yeah, no. Jehovah's Witnesses have been around since, I'm sure somebody could tell me in the comments below exactly what year. It's not coming up to the top of my head. But it's been around for a fair while, as have several other groups. Abusive groups come and abusive groups go, and it's rare when it forms around a charismatic leader that it's going to stay in existence after the death of the leader. But as Scientology, Jehovah's Witnesses, and some of the more abusive end of Mormon can show us, yeah, a high control group can stay around for a long time. Number 10, they have a lot of members and they're growing rapidly. This is usually used by the cult apologists and usually based on totally bull numbers. However, even if they are growing rapidly, well, yes, Scientology had an incredible boom back when it started, as did the Jehovah's Witnesses, as did a whole bunch of other ones. Yes, there are high control groups do experience some booms. Now, usually if they're saying, we've got all these members, yeah, check to see the numbers. Number 11, finally. They can't be a cult because a lot of people honestly believe in it. Do you think that if those guys didn't think that they were going to get 72 virgins after they died, That they would have flown those planes into the Twin Towers? I think not. A lot of people believe in what they're doing, and a lot of people are wrong. And unfortunately, that's how it is. But you don't have to look at what they believe. It's how they believe it. And wrapping up, really, it's not the patterns and the window dressings. It's not whether they revere Buddha or Jesus or the Holy Spaghetti Monster or even Bob Dobbs. No. It's whether or not they allow their members to choose, to research independently, and to make their own informed decision about whether or not they wish to be a member of that particular group. And the real Ian Mark, if they don't let you talk to your former friends once you leave the group, that's the big, real, true Ian Mark. But that is a video for another day. Peace out. Love y'all. Good night.